Hey guys, what's up? Today I have a first impressions review for you of a knife that I've been wanting to get for a while, and I finally got it. Here it is, the Mora Companion. This knife cost me $20 on Amazon.ca. There were a lot of positive reviews on it, and I figure, it's got a cheap price, so it's definitely budget friendly. And considering the reviews were so good, and considering it has a Scandi grind, which we'll talk about in a minute, I figure, you know what, this might be the perfect light-duty bushcraft knife for me. Now, as you see, I did get it in the bright orange. This was actually for two reasons. One, the bright orange was the cheapest at $21, and the bright orange also serves the feature of if I lose it out in the forest or if I'm out in the bushes, I can find it easily. It's kind of like when hunters wear fluorescent orange so they're not shot by other hunters. This serves the purpose of me being able to find my knife easily. So first we're going to talk about the sheath. Now on the sheath it has a stamp on the back that says Made in Sweden, and it has this really cool pocket clip. It has these circles on the back here, these cutouts. Now I'm not sure if that's so you can maybe hang it on a nail, which I think is pretty cool. But it might be for that. And it also has kind of like this belt loop, and on top of that, it opens up. So you can either weave your belt through it, excuse me, or you could just clip it onto your pocket. And what I like about this particular clip is that it's not open at the bottom. As you see, it's like this teeth mechanism. It opens up and then it closes together, so nothing can fall outwards down the bottom. The sheath also has a drainage hole in the bottom in case your knife gets wet. You don't want your knife to rust. This is the stainless steel version. I was going to get the high carbon steel Mora Companion heavy duty, but that was $30 and I wanted to honestly go as cheap as possible, and considering this Mora Companion, the stainless steel version, had so many positive reviews, I thought, you know what, I don't think the price is an issue. So yeah, it has a drainage hole. Also on the front of the knife here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it says Mora Kniv, or Mora Niv, however they would pronounce that in Swedish. And it says that these are made in Sweden, which is really nice. Can't say the same for their furniture. Just some bad experience with IKEA beds and whatnot. But yeah. Alright, so now we're going to get onto the knife. So here it is. Really beautiful if you ask me. Nice rubbery grip, good grip on there. The blade is just perfect. Almost a mirror polish on there. The Scandi grind, of course, is very sharp. I haven't tested it on paper, but we will do that. The blade is about 4 inches, maybe 3 inches and 4/4 long. It is not a full tang. This is a rat tail tang, from what I've heard. Now, you can't tell, obviously, because the handle is covered up, and I am not going to disassemble my knife just for a video, so I won't be able to show you what's actually inside there. I'm not taking it apart under any circumstances, but from what I've heard, it's a rat tail tang, which means the piece of metal that is the blade, it continues into the handle to a certain point, but it's not as thick as the blade. It gets maybe a bit thinner. But apparently, I've seen reviews of this, people batoning with it, which means putting the knife on top, chopping wood down. A lot of people are going to ask, why would you cut wood with a knife? I'm not even going to explain it. I'm not even going to get into that. You know what? You want to know why? It's because if you're in the middle of the bush and you don't have a hatchet, if your knife is strong enough, that is going to be your tool to process firewood. That's why. But this is essentially a light to medium duty knife, I'd say, judging by the reviews I've seen, judging by how well it works. I have not tested it yet, but we will be testing it. We will be trying to make feather sticks with it, all the usual stuff. We will not be stabbing it into wood and bending it. I just got it. I don't want to break the tip off. Now, on the blade, it says Mora Kniv or Mora Niv, made in Sweden. What else does that say? Stainless. Also on the black rubber grip, it also says Mora Niv. That's how I'm pronouncing it. And yeah, so all in all, it's a fairly basic looking knife. If you ask me, it kind of has some resemblance to a paring knife. However, this by no means is a paring knife. This is, like I said, a light to medium duty bushcraft knife. And I can't wait to test it. Now, this video wouldn't be complete without doing a paper test. Now, I don't have any paper, but I do have the packaging that it came in. So, let's see how well it cuts. That went through there extremely easily, and it made a really nice clean cut too. At least as clean as you can get the cut on packaging like this. But I still want to test it on some actual paper. So, give me a minute and I will get us some paper. Okay, so I'm back. Now we have a piece of paper. This is from my Grand Theft Auto video game case. There's a code on the back here. I've already used that code, but if you guys want to try it out and see if it works for yours, by all means, go ahead. There it is right there. And this is for Xbox One, by the way. Yeah, but essentially I've already used this paper. It's just explaining some of the DLC you can get, which I already know about. So we're just going to use this. We're also going to cut some rope. Alright, let's see. Oh. Cruddy chop. Well, there you saw it. It cuts pretty darn well. Now, I want to do a little extra testing with it down here. So I have various different types of rope. We have this really soft type of rope. We have this polypropylene style rope. And then we have this other really thick type of rope. You know, I don't know all the names for these different ropes, but we're going to test it anyway. So, let's try this. Like nothing. What if we doubled it up? I know what you're thinking. Steve, you're going to wear out your edge like the first time around. Well, I can always sharpen it. Okay, a little more resistance there. How would I do this? Okay, let's test 3. Oh, dropped one. Okay, let's test 3. Oh, I almost got through it all. Okay, let's test a different type of rope then. As you know, this type of plasticky rope is pretty hard to cut. Clean through. Even my Buck 120 can't do that. And last, this type. God, I love doing this. A little bit of resistance there, but still, really nice clean cut. So, there you go, guys. You have seen me do the paper test with it, cut rope. You have seen me cut through some packaging. And you know what? Why not one more time, just for the sake of it? There. And, yeah, so there's essentially my first impressions review on the knife. Now, I honestly am giving this knife 10 out of 10 stars. And while it doesn't have a full tang, and while that is a concern for me, it's not that big of a concern. I've seen a lot of reviews on it where it's held up impeccably, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. So yeah, 10 out of 10 stars. Really, it's a nice little knife made in Sweden. It's got that razor sharp Scandi grind on there. Speaking of razor sharp, we haven't even tried cutting hair with it. Now, the hair on my arms is not that dark, so we're going to try it on my leg. I hope you guys can see what's going on down here. Look at that. All that hair. Yeah, I'd say it's a hair shaving edge. And if you're wondering where these kind of light scars on my leg came from, essentially I was doing an odd job at somebody's house. Guy's father died. I was cleaning up the house, and there was a thorn bush, I didn't see really big thorns on it, and it scraped my leg. So, not a big deal. But yeah, there you go, guys. There is my first impressions review of the Mora Companion. This was $21 on Amazon.ca. That's the Canadian site. So if you're in Canada, go and check that out. They also sell this on Amazon.com, the American site. So if you're in America, go check that out. And my buddy Fat Horse Productions, he also has a review of not this Mora knife, but a Mora knife on his channel. So go and check that out, Fat Horse Productions. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, leave a nice comment, and have a great night.